Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the show. Today, we're diving into something that affects so many of us, especially those on the entrepreneurial journey. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. That relentless drive, that constant push to do more, be more, the hustle. Now, think about this for a second. You're pouring your heart and soul into your business, sacrificing sleep, personal time, maybe even your health, all in the name of success. But what if that very hustle, the thing we're often told is essential, is actually costing us more than we realize? What if the relentless pursuit of growth is secretly leading to a decline in the very thing that fuels our creativity and drive? We're not just talking about feeling a little tired after a long week. We're talking about the hidden cost of hustle culture, the burnout, the strange relationships, the missed opportunities for joy and genuine connection. Have you ever felt like you're on a hamster wheel, running faster and faster, but not really getting anywhere, and feeling guilty for even considering taking a break? That feeling, that's what we're going to unpack today.
That really resonates. It's like we're conditioned to believe that more hours equal more success, and taking time for ourselves is somehow a sign of weakness or lack of commitment. But the truth is, that kind of relentless pushing can actually be counterproductive in the long run. I remember a conversation I had with a fellow entrepreneur. Let's call him Mark. Mark was the epitome of the hustle. He was always the first one in the office and the last one to leave. He prided himself on his long hours and his ability to juggle multiple projects. His business was doing well on the surface, but whenever we talked, he seemed stressed, irritable, and honestly quite disconnected from the joy he initially found in his work.
That's a classic example. Mark was likely operating under the assumption that his worth was directly tied to his output, a common trap in hustle culture. And what happens when we get caught in that trap? We start neglecting the very things that sustain us: our health, our relationships, our mental well-being. Think about Anna, another entrepreneur I know. Anna started her online business with so much passion. In the beginning, she worked tirelessly and things were taking off. But as the business grew, so did her workload. She stopped exercising, her diet became erratic, and she was constantly snapping at her family. She felt like she had no choice. If she slowed down, everything would fall apart.
It's a vicious cycle, isn't it? We push ourselves to the limit. We start to feel the effects of burnout, which ironically makes us less productive, so we push even harder to compensate. For Mark, the turning point came when he started experiencing physical symptoms, chronic headaches, trouble sleeping, and even panic attacks. His body was literally forcing him to slow down. It was a wake-up call. He realized that his relentless hustle was actually jeopardizing the very success he was striving for.
Exactly. Our bodies and minds have limits. Ignoring those limits doesn't make us stronger. It makes us more susceptible to burnout and eventually breakdown. And that's the hidden cost we're talking about. We might see the external achievements, the revenue growth, but behind the scenes, there can be a significant toll on our well-being. For Anna, her wake-up call came from her daughter, who one day asked her, "Mommy, why are you always so angry?" That simple question hit her hard. She realized that her relentless pursuit of business success was coming at the expense of her family and her own happiness.
So, what did Mark and Anna do? This is where the shift in mindset and the focus on self-care comes in. Mark started by consciously scheduling breaks throughout his day. He started going for short walks, practicing mindfulness, and making sure he got enough sleep. It wasn't easy at first. He felt like he was being unproductive, but he soon realized that these breaks actually made him more focused and creative when he was working.
Absolutely. Self-care isn't selfish. It's essential for sustainability. Think of it like this. You wouldn't expect a car to run efficiently without regular maintenance and refueling, right? Our minds and bodies are no different. We need to replenish our energy and take care of ourselves to perform at our best in the long run. Anna started small too. She made a conscious effort to have dinner with her family without checking her phone. She scheduled in short walks during her workday and started practicing saying no to non-essential tasks. It wasn't about completely stopping her hustle, but about making it more sustainable and integrated with the rest of her life.
And the interesting thing is, both Mark and Anna found that by prioritizing self-care, their businesses actually thrived even more. Mark was less stressed and more strategic in his decision-making. Anna found she had more energy and creativity to focus on the core aspects of her business. It's almost counterintuitive, but taking care of yourself can actually make you a more effective entrepreneur. Think about the mental clarity that comes with getting enough sleep, or the boost in creativity you might experience after taking a break to connect with nature, or the improved relationships that can provide a strong support system during challenging times. These aren't just nice-to-haves. They are crucial components of long-term success and well-being.
Exactly. It's about shifting from a mindset of relentless pushing to one of sustainable growth. It's recognizing that our well-being is not a luxury, but a fundamental requirement for thriving as entrepreneurs. I remember another entrepreneur, let's call her Sarah. Sarah was in the food industry, and the demands were incredibly high. Long hours, constant pressure to innovate, and thin profit margins. She felt constantly overwhelmed and on the verge of burnout. One day, she decided to try something different. She started incorporating mindfulness practices into her daily routine, even if it was just for 5 minutes in the morning. She also made a conscious effort to delegate more tasks and build a stronger team around her.
Delegating can be a game changer. So many entrepreneurs feel like they have to do everything themselves, but that's a surefire path to burnout. Building a strong team and trusting them to handle responsibilities not only frees up your time and energy, but also empowers others to grow.
And Sarah found that by taking those small steps to prioritize her well-being and build a stronger support system, her business actually became more resilient and sustainable. She was less reactive to stress, more creative in her problem solving, and ultimately more fulfilled.
So what's the takeaway here? It's not about stopping the hustle altogether, but about making it a conscious and sustainable hustle. It's about recognizing that self-care isn't a luxury to be indulged in when we have time. It's a fundamental part of the equation for long-term success and fulfillment.
We understand that as entrepreneurs, the drive to succeed is powerful. But we urge you to consider the hidden costs of neglecting your well-being. What are you sacrificing in the relentless pursuit of your goals? Is it your health, your relationships, your joy? Now, we're not saying it's easy to shift away from the ingrained hustle culture. It takes conscious effort and a willingness to prioritize yourself. But the rewards? Increased energy, improved focus, stronger relationships, and ultimately a more sustainable and fulfilling entrepreneurial journey are well worth it.
So, our call to action for you today is simple. Choose one thing. Just one small step you can take this week to prioritize your self-care. Maybe it's scheduling in a 30-minute walk each day. Maybe it's committing to having a tech-free dinner with your family. Or maybe it's simply taking 5 minutes each morning to practice deep breathing. Whatever it is, start small, be consistent, and notice the difference it makes. Remember, taking care of yourself isn't a detour from your path to success. It's the fuel that will get you there.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope this episode has given you some food for thought and practical ideas for incorporating more self-care into your entrepreneurial journey. Until next time, take care of yourselves.